like many of you, struggled each day to make sure that we had food and stuff on the table. But I am overwhelmed when I travel throughout the state and see the things that I see. I see people suffering. And I've seen that for the last 16 years. I'm not a career politician, never thought I'd get in politics until 2007. Just so happened I was serving as a treasurer of our local Democratic Party. And somebody came to me and said, hey, James, you need to get in this race. It was a special election in Coleman County. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I'm an African American in Coleman County. 99.9% white and 98% Republican. I said, how did this come about? He said, well, we've been doing some polling, and you're doing very well. I said, who put my name in there? Don't get my name out of there. No, leave it in there. And folks, people don't care how much you know, until they know how much you really care about them. And that's what I've been taught all my life. I can tell you a litany of things, of the accomplishments in our life, and how coming out of Coleman made me who I am today. Public education made me who I am today. My high school English teacher made sure that I went off to college because she saw a seed of excellence that had been planted in me. And she wanted me to go further. A poor boy out of a large family. Mother and father could not afford to pay my way through school. I didn't have enough brains or sense to fill out applications, to apply for grants. But she saw something in me. And from there I went on to Gaston State Community College from Mansfield High School. And then from there on to Jacksonville State University and the devastation that we just went through this past week, which also hit us in Coleman. We're still repairing roofs. The same tornado that one of my opponents dealt with in Tuscaloosa, we dealt with it in Coleman. Hands-on, pulling limbs and trees, sawing trees, digging people out of their basements. So we know what it means to dig in, to get in and work. But in that particular race, we won by 64%. I had 3 opponents. And it seemingly is strange, I'm running against the same group that I ran against them. So we see the odds that are in our favor because we believe in Alabama. We believe in the heart of Alabama. Right here in your area, men are still earning 29% more than women, and that's wrong. Your school system isn't adequately funded like other schools. That's wrong. Yes, you do. Right down the road, you just had a new hospital built, Tanner Medical Center. That's great for your area. But there are some areas that don't have hospitals. And if people would do their homework, they'd understand that. There are people in our state are suffering because we're dumping illegal waste on them. When you go to Portland, Alabama, when you go down into Greene County, Utah, Alabama, where we just diverted 2,250 tons, 2,250 tons of waste from my city. Where did it go? It went to Uniontown. Poor people. When you go to 8 Mile, coming out of Mobile, meth captain spill for the last 15 years, these people are suffering. An elderly white female stood up in a meeting that they invited me to come to. She says every 2 weeks she has to give 6 vials of blood and they mix it with something so she can put it on her eyes so she can see. While sitting there, there was 2 legislators who serve in the state legislature and have been for the last 20 years. We're working on it. 20 years, folks.
20 years.
That's why we're running. We're running because we have a plan to move Alabama forward. First thing you need to do, you need to get the Medicaid expansion signed and done. 30,000 jobs.
Yes.
$1.8 billion in revenue lost. And we're talking about, well, Alabama would have to put in some money later on. That's later on, but right now people are dying. That's why we're running. We are a breath of fresh air. Without change, people, nothing changes. And right now is the time for a change. And you have an opportunity, we have an opportunity as all of Alabama to move Alabama forward. We believe in our campaign, Family Matters. We were one of the first candidates to announce that we would be even seeking the office of governor because we're tired of seeing our executive branch just being used for personal gain.
Uh-huh.
We're tired of seeing a judicial branch being put to shame year after year. And then our legislative branch, both Democrat and Republicans, have been indicted and going to prison because they took advantage of your tax dollars and put them in their pockets. You want someone to stand up for you? You want someone to talk to you, someone who will speak for you? Then we're your candidate. We're the person who can lead Alabama to the future, because we got to connect our millennials and our generation to us so that they can continue the fight and move forward. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about our children, their children, their children, their children, their children, generations to come. I've seen change in my life, and I know what change is. I serve a United Methodist Church, have been for the past 17 years. I served 5 years on the World Methodist Church. I traveled all over the world dealing with ecumenical ministries, bringing congregations together, dealing with dialogues of Christian faith and how we reach across the line, dealing with the things that we agree on, not the things that we disagree on. But what is it that we do agree on? We know that there's one Savior. We know that. And we know that there's something out there stronger, better, and more powerful than we are. And when we come to know that, then we live in a better society, and a better people. We want our education system to be the strongest in the world. We believe in pre-K, but we also believe that family matters. I'm not going to take your child at 2 years old, 2 years of age, and put them in a daycare all day while you're working and still not allow you that family time. We're going to make sure if an education lottery is passed, it's got to be led by the executive branch, because your judicial branch and your legislative branch has told you year after year, election after election, you're going to get an education lottery to vote on, and you have yet to see one. Because nobody wants to take the leadership role. This is one individual who will take the leadership role. When I served as a state legislator, people said, James, there are some issues you really don't want to deal with, because I want to reduce our prisons. I want to reduce our recidivist rate. I want to make sure that the sentences are properly adjudicated. Because we've got too many young men and women sitting in prison who are brilliant young folks.
That's right.
They just need someone to love them,
Yes, sir.
someone to train them, someone to educate them. But we had a governor, he wanted to borrow $800 million on you to build more prisons,
Yeah.
not to educate us.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we're running, people. That's why we're out here giving everything that we have, because we believe Alabama can do better when she works together to move forward. We must move forward. We cannot do the same thing and expecting different results. It won't happen. But we can move forward. Now, if people in Coleman County put their faith in James Fields, I believe Alabama can put her faith in James Fields and the campaign that we're running. We have a master plan. Every Tuesday night, tune in between 7 and 8, and we'll tell you about our plan. We have an 11-point plan to move Alabama forward, and we have it we're on an 8th week, so you can go back and look at the last 7, and you'll catch up with us on 8 weeks. It's James Fields FORAL.com. Also, while you're on that page, you can donate to our campaign to help us move Alabama forward. God bless you. Thank you. We hope we said something that will enlighten you of who we are, what we stand for, what we believe in. My wife, Yvette, thanks you. My children of 7, and my grandchildren of 18, and my one great-grandchild. We all thank you. Thank you.